Hey, welcome to the channel. Yes, we're doing it down to the shop this morning. So I thought the topic would be why having drop off after hours can make it a little harder on you. Well, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. Today I thought we'd talk about chainsaw safety.
Alright, so welcome back. My name is Eric, and this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Tuesday, June 4th, and we had, night before last, we had a drop off, alright? And we've dealt with this customer before, and she's very particular, and she likes things done a certain way, and it drives Claude nuts. But today we're going to talk about why, it can be good and bad for having after hour drop off. In this particular case, we had a customer reach out after hours last week and leave out the answering machine wanting us to pick up their mower. But it's okay for a customer to tell us, certain things that they like to have done. But, Claude and I have had this discussion before, is when it leaves the shop, it's got our stamp, our business name on it, that we touched it last. So we're not gonna just, what's the right word? You guys know what I'm talking about. Where you just get it going and get it out the door. No, it doesn't happen here. We tried that before and it backfired. It backfired because we started getting a reputation that so more wasn't fixed correctly and this and that. So she had called last week and Claude and I had talked about it, and Claude says, I don't want anything to do with it. So all right, I'll respect that. So yesterday we got in here and here's the mower. And the mower, bless her heart, she thinks she's saving money. But when you go out and you buy this stuff on the marketplace, on the side of the road, free giveaway, sometimes it's going to cost you more in the long run than it is to get a decent mower. And I had mentioned that to her 2 years ago. I said, look, why don't you just go to Lowe's, Home Depot, someplace like that. They have credit available. You can get yourself a brand new mower, and you will spend less money on that mower than you have and will on any of these mowers that you keep driving to us. And for the most part, when she would drag one of them over here, drop them off, or want to know if we could fix it, I would do a quick diagnostic on it, give her a call, and tell her, look, you're talking hundreds of dollars, not just a quick fix. So anyhow, she had the mower here, and she left a note on it. And the note basically, let's see what it says. It says, please put the mower deck belt on that she supplied. Please sharpen the blades, but replace the right blade. Grease pulleys and bring it back when it's done. Well, then she called yesterday and said, could we check the drive belts as well while it's here? And Claude was working on other stuff, so I decided I'd tackle this one. And I brought it in, put it up on the hoist. And the one blade that she wanted replaced and not the other two, there's three blades on this. She thought there were two. There's three blades on it. And she said she wanted to just to replace the one blade on the right. So I got it up in the air, and I could see that they didn't get that up into the star and locked into place. Is the only problem. But I told Claudia, I said, the two blades that she thinks is good are the ones that got chunks out of them, and the blade she wants replaced is the best of the three. So I said that this is how I'm doing it. I ordered 3 blades from Rotary yesterday. I checked the drive belts. They're all cracked and weather checked. I have those 2 belts here. It's the 2-belt system. The deck belt. Did the parts look up on it? She had an 89-inch belt, and it took a 79-inch and a 79.5-inch belt, and she had an 89-inch. Now, bless your little hearts if you're out there and you're doing your own parts lookup and you're buying stuff and then you're trying to get your repair shop to fix it. Because a lot of times you don't know what you need. And you could use the same model number, but when it comes up under model number, it could be for a 42, 46, and a 54. So you need to know what size your deck is, or you're going to be ordering the wrong ones. And I assume on this one that she didn't realize she had a 46-inch deck, and she was ordering it, for the 50-inch deck, which would be a longer, more. Anyhow, the deck belt was wrong. So I ordered one of those yesterday from Rotary when I put the blades on order. She called and I said, what is the reason that you want just that one motor blade replaced? She said, well, it's because I can never get it tight enough that it just sits there and you can see it shake and it doesn't have an even cut. So I told her, I said, look, I've already got it up in the air and I've looked. You need all 3 blades. Not just one. The other 2 that you said just to sharpen are missing big pieces of chunk out of it, and they just throw away. So she said, okay, if that's what it needs, I can hear it in her voice. She's like, oh, they're trying to get one over on me, and we don't. We treat every customer with the most respect, and I try to talk to customers in layman's terms versus mechanical terms. It is what it is. And I explained to her, the deck belt, you said. If you want to stop over and take it back to Tractor Supply, you can, because it's the wrong one. Plus, you're spending twice as much at Tractor Supply for the wrong belt that I'm going to charge you for the right belt. I said, you need to stop doing this. You need to trust me enough to come to me if you need parts, because I can give you a better deal on parts than anywhere else, including eBay and Amazon, because we sell there, right? So then she brings up steering. So what about the steering? She said, well, it steers really hard, and I don't know if you could put a little bit of grease in it, because she's a big girl. And she said, if not, don't worry about it. Don't fix anything on it, because I can still mold with it. I can still turn the wheel. And I said, we put grease in the spindles, and any grease point on it, I will grease. So now the bill is starting to get bigger and bigger. You see where I'm going with this? She had bought this to save money, and now she's starting to add up. A new set of blades is 3 of them. That's $45. A new deck belt, that was $38. The drive belts, you have the 2-belt system, and that's where you have to take the battery out of the back and the battery box out of the underneath the seat to get access to them. And one was 28 and the other one was 36. See where I'm going? It's starting to add up. And then you have labor on top of that. And I'm at a point where I'm waiting on parts to take it to the next level. But this is what I mean by when it comes to doing parts lookups and trying to save money for you guys that are out there, if it's beside the roadside and it says free on it, there's a good reason for it being free. Unless you are a do-it-yourself or mechanic and you work on your own stuff, that's fabulous. You might get a deal. But for the most part, it's because it's become too costly or it's not worth fixing to that customer. That person has got it for giveaway or $200. Now for your quality machines, you're going to pay 3 and above. 3 is going to be entry level, above for better machines. And they are out there. I'm not saying that they aren't, because I have customers that every 10 years, get rid of their old one, buy a new one, and it's always been garage cap. I'm telling you about that John Deere I had here a while ago, because it looked like brand new, like it come off the showroom. And we get back to talking about it's all in how you take care of it and how well you service it will depend upon how long it lasts. And then you have what I want to call the customer that knows just enough to get themselves into trouble, but well, we had this happen to us yesterday. We had worked on a swisher pulled behind a little brush hog, for behind a four-wheeler or a side-by-side. And the guy last year had put a tarp over it, and the moisture wasn't allowed to go away, so it rusted everything, all right? But he wanted it fixed. So we brought it in. I had to order a special pulley from Swisher, so it took a little while. But the guy, was like, if you don't need a plug, don't put a plug in it. If it doesn't need this, don't. And so, fine. So we got it we adjusted the valve because the valves were out of whack. We got it running, mowing, everything else. Told the guy to come pick it up. He come and got it. And then he called yesterday morning and was a little irate. I said, what's going on? He said, well, we can't get it started. So what do you mean you can't get it started? I said, nope. We tried all afternoon, me and my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law is a pretty good mechanic. That's part of the... So I said, what's he doing or not doing? He says, not running. I said, all right. I said, you saw it run when you left. So... But anyhow, he was going on and on about how we didn't replace the spark plug because he asked us not to. He went and got a new spark plug. That didn't make a difference. They tried choking it, and they took the plug out, and the plug was dry. Okay? I told him, I said, look, just load it and bring it over. He said, I already got it loaded. He said, and I'll be over after I get done with my English muffin and my coffee. All right. So we got here, and within a minute and a half, we had diagnosed to the electric fuel shutoff on the bottom of the carburetor. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was in this clump of wires that he had, that somebody had done bypasses on certain things, was a loose connection. And if you move the wire just a little bit, it would cause the fuel shutoff to work or not work. It would allow it to crank, but it would not allow the fuel to come on until you move that wire a little bit and you could hear it go click, and all of a sudden she started it. So we took and we put a new inline fuse system, new ends, new everything on it. And we never took it off that trailer. And he said, what do I owe you? I said, you don't owe me nothing. Go. But I said, next time I see this, we're going to go from front to back and we're going to do it my way. He said, well, I'm really sorry for getting upset with you this morning. I said, that's fine, but, You either gotta trust us or you don't trust us. One or the other. So he was happy where he left. So what I'm saying is you have certain customers. Not every customer is the same, and not every approach and every interaction is the same per se. You know, the ones that have the no skills and doesn't want to learn and just wants you to do whatever needs to be done and bring it back to make it go vroom vroom and get the yard mowed is the ideal customer. They don't question anything. Then you got the next one that questions everything and thinks that you're out to get them and goes all over the place and pays twice as much for parts that they could have got here. And I know why she brings her mower here is because she's tried other locations. Because I'm friends with the other shops, and they basically told her don't bring it back. And then you have the third level that knows just enough to get themselves into trouble. And when they do, they try to put blame back on where it's not. You know, we're back on us where it wasn't us, it was them. They had hit the wiring somehow and caused the wire to come loose, but we fixed it. Their issue, we fixed. So on that note, I'm going to start wrapping it up. You guys have a great Tuesday. We're going to start getting the farm machinery together for haying. And we're staying pretty busy. Hopefully you are too. You know, when I say busy, we're just plugging along here and there, working on stuff. I am. Claude, he's slowing down. And we're starting to see, like I told him yesterday, age is catching up with us. You guys have a great Tuesday.